Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Geordie Paranormal Society YouTube channel. Just want to thank you again for joining us, and obviously anyone that's liked, subscribed, shared, we just want to say an absolute massive thank you for helping us try and build this community and just grow. But anyone that hasn't, and if you're new to this, if you wouldn't mind, again, just dropping a like, dropping a comment, clicking on the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell. And yeah, you should be notified of any future videos that we upload, which hopefully, if everything goes to plan and goes well, you know, we should have weekly content, 2-3 videos a week, hopefully, if everything, fingers crossed, if everything goes well. But today's video is basically going to be a brand new concept for us. It's going to be ghost stories. We're going to be telling ghost stories of experience that we've had over the years, or when we were kids, on investigations, as a group, individually. And today, I'm going to be telling a story. I know it to be true. Obviously, who experienced this is very genuine, wouldn't lie. So let's get the story started. Let's set the scene. So imagine it's dusk, it's just getting dark. The kids are playing football in a large cage. The cage is about 30 metres by 60 metres. It's like a five-a-side football pitch. And they'd only been playing for about 10 minutes when one of the teens decided that they weren't feeling too well. They were feeling strange. Not sick, not ill, not anything like that, but just didn't feel right inside. So they decided to just go sit down in the corner. As they sat down, they decided to shout over one of the friends who came over. And he said, "Can you feel anything around me?" So this friend went beside them, sat down, and decided, you know, he came out and said basically, "It feels like there's an electric field around you. There's like a buzz of energy." So they decided to shout the other friend over, who came again, sat down, same thing. You know, there's like a buzz, you know, there's an electric field around you, you know. And obviously this kid was just like, look, you know, they'd only been playing football for 10 minutes, which is obviously unlike them, but he decided he needs to go home, he wants to go home. So they all stand up, all three of them, stand up, decide to start walking, but when they realise, they turn around and look, where he'd been sitting for literally a couple of minutes was absolutely soaking. The ground was massive. It looked like a sweat patch, but it couldn't be sweat because at the end of the day, they'd only been playing football for 10 minutes. They hadn't really been, you know, putting out, exerting themselves, or so to say. So they decided, right, okay, very strange, let's just go. Now, on this field, there's two ways to go home. Again, you walk to the bottom of this little five-a-side football cage. You can go out, and then you can turn right, and then you can go loop back round on yourself and walk across the field. And that field leads to what's called the black path. You know, as kids, it was a very ominous path. Anyone that knows the area will know the black path. And you can turn left, which takes you through the park, but via roads and paths. And again, that way is all lit up, you know, street lamps. So they decide, you know, this young lad had a bad feeling about the black path. So they all decided to go down the parkway. So down the path, onto the lane, down the bank, and then go home that way. Luckily, they all lived quite close by, so it wasn't too bad. They weren't having to split up too much. So decided to start walking, heading down, got out of the park, turned left, walking down the bank. Again, it's all lit up. There's street lamps all the way down, cars going past, so it's nothing out of the norm. And they get to about 50 yards from the entrance to the black path. Now the black path starts there, and this person, this lad, gets a ominous feeling again, but it's like a premonition. So what he does is he actually turns around to his friends and goes, "You're going to see something here." And obviously both his friends quite confused. What do you mean? What do you mean? He turns around and he says, "Look up the black path. You are going to see something." So off they trot, walking down, and got to the entrance to the black path, turned and looked up the black path, and there was a massive 6 to 8 foot black shadow person with huge shoulders, no features, no nothing. Anyone who's seen a shadow person or shadow figure knows exactly, you know, it's just nothing, it's just empty. Now you could see the darkness around it, you could see the horizon in the distance, where obviously, you know, light was coming over from, you know, what we assume maybe it's the moon or stuff, but there's no lights on the black bath, so it's basically just ambient light from the distance. And this figure, as I say, was standing tall, 6 to 8 feet, and the feeling was just dread, terror, and basically get out of there. So obviously this lad who told them that they were going to see this turns around and realizes that his friends are already 100 feet down the road, legging it as fast as they can to try and get away. So obviously he, again, just straight away hightails it after them, and they run away, compose themselves, wondering what the hell was going on, how, why, who, what. And yeah, the story of that black shadow figure does go on, but it goes on to this day. To this day, this black shadow figure is following this person around, and he sees them quite often, you know. But yeah, those ones will be for another video. So again, I just want to thank you very much for watching. I hope it was a little bit entertaining. I know obviously we're new to this face on cam YouTube situation, so I hope it's not too boring. I hope we're not too boring, or I'm not too boring. We have got a lot of other team members that are going to be joining on, doing these stories. Obviously you've seen the video of the reacts with my little boy. I will also be doing reacts with other members. We've got 8 members in our entire team, including myself. So there should be a lot coming out. Podcasts, we're going to be getting a podcast on the go. We love to talk about the paranormal. We love to try and debunk it. We love to try and prove it. And we love stories. Again, this is one of those. So we do hope you join in the future. So if you wouldn't mind, again, if you haven't, like, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the notification bell, and please join us in the future. But again, thank you very much, and all the best.